This is a video about warming up to prevent injury, specifically for people that maybe are coming back to the piano after a long life of being away from it. Specifically, this is for my sister, Terry Zeller. So Terry and I talked today. This is her birthday. It's her 62nd birthday. And that's a great year because 1962 is my birthday, and so 62 is a special number for me. So I know she's had a great day, and so Terry, this is specifically for you. I'm just going to make this an old-fashioned YouTube video where you record something, put it on the web, and send it out there. So you were asking me about how to get rid of tension. You've got tension coming from your shoulders all the way down to your arms. Now, just to remind others watching this, my sister has played extensively as a young person through high school, then through college, and played Chopin, Brahms, etc. So she's been pretty advanced, and so now she's coming back to it from about 35 years or so of raising 8 children. That's what I meant to say. So there are a lot of nerves that go with it. She said she is playing for church now, and so now let me just talk to you, Terry. You say you can't reach an octave too well, so the first advice, of course, as we talked, is to just break the octave. Don't worry about trying to make that octave. So small hands. I do have larger hands, but let me pull these back so you can see what's going on with the wrist. So we have that same DNA that makes us feel like our hands are just kind of curling up when we're not using them specifically on this very difficult activity of getting around the keyboard. So how do I warm up? Well, first of all, I've got to quit making videos and relax and not be in front of someone. So I try to stretch a bit. And what I was telling you earlier is if you have your hands down to your side like this, let's stand up, head may be cut off, but that's okay. Hands to the side, and let's just move your hand up like this, and keep it relaxed. And then when you lift your hand, you'll feel right there a pull. You can do one or both at the same time. You'll feel this pull, and it's kind of stretching all the way up to about here or so. And then at this point, you may want to go back. And just got to have that shoulder free. It may look funny, but you won't be on YouTube like me. Okay. So we're stretching like this. Okay. Sometimes you can take this arm and just be very, very relaxed everywhere. Here, and then take this arm and stretch this way. And keep looking straight forward, and then do the same with the other hand. Now in this case, the first case, my right foot is out, like on the pedal, and then I'm stretching. Now I'm going to put my right foot back and my left foot on the pedal. Look straight up. And stretch this way, keeping your vision forward. That'll stretch your back, and then back and forth like this. Okay. So basically, you're just kind of being aware of what would stretch you, aware of any tension that you feel. If you feel tension back here, I often do this. I've got a great little thing I found at Walmart for about $7, and it's a plastic hook. It goes about like this, and it's got a handle, and you put it back here, and you rub it. It's kind of like getting a massage from someone with strong hands. So it works quite well, better than even what I'm doing now, though this isn't bad. Depending on if it gives you tension at all. Okay, so that's just a beginning. Now, let's talk about your hands. I think this helps to start throwing out the tension. Mostly you've got to be pretty loose here so that when you throw, it's like you're flicking water off of your hands. This way, then this way. Okay, so you really, if you think of illustrations like that, like flicking water, it's just such a natural. We do many of these things naturally during normal daily activities. And then just be very, very loose. Okay, so now, I would do a little bit of this at this point, and this is the way I usually do it. Now, very careful, because you know if you just push too hard, it's not a good idea. You gotta be gentle with your fingers. This is super loose. And you take this, if you feel something that hurts, you have to be more gentle with it, okay? So, and only you can tell how loose you are. You have to be super loose to do this. So you might want to hold it for a bit. And then again, careful with your fingers themselves, but I would do individual fingers. I feel a little pop right there. That means my muscle was kind of caught. So I want to be careful to make that stretched out before I stretch further. It's as if you stretch too quickly or at a wrong angle, and your muscle's not quite ready for it. If you get everything really stretched out and then begin to stretch, that's why it's good to do this on a flat surface, maybe like this. This is very helpful. But if you're very loose with your fingers, with your hand and wrist, then when you do this, you're not going to hurt it. If you, again, if you stretch it with any bit of like you're gripping something, like you're gripping and then you start to stretch, that can really be bad. Very bad. So just be careful with that. Okay, then you do the other hand, similar way. So again, this is probably about the amount of time I would spend as well. What I'm doing right here on the video. A little boring to watch maybe, but you can just do it with me. So on my fourth finger, I did one. Well, actually, this is one, isn't it? Two, three, four. Probably hold those longer. 5. So you pause it and just take some time. And then I like to be doing each individual finger this way a little bit. So I'm going a little bit quick, but again, relaxing is the big key. So just take a little more time than I am right now. Okay, so now let's go to the piano itself. Now the thing I like to do, you will hear this from no one else. I like to do a glissando with my fingers, fingertips, nails. Okay, now that in itself may be a little difficult. You can go this way. That's pretty easy. I think it's a lot done. You get the two middle fingers, maybe the first three long fingers. Now why am I doing this? This is an easier version of this. And this, when you get used to it, it makes my fingers tingle, okay? It's like they're becoming alive. Now, one easy way to do that is another way to do that is I put my fall board down. Now, right now, I took the fall board out just for the video, but what you would do is fall into the fall board. You can do it on the keyboard. It's not very pretty, sorry. And again, you're feeling the fingertips. You're kind of warming them up. That's just one thing to do. Now, the next thing, and these are things that I do as I'm trying to get a good warm-up in before I start practicing. So here is another 5-finger warm-up. I remember doing this several years ago with our brother Matt up in his neck of the woods, Kansas City area, as we were playing duo concerts together, and he laughed at me. He's never heard this before. What I think of this is all of the Hanon and all the scales and everything can just kind of boil down to a basic little warm-up. So your wrist is basically doing this: down, up, down, up, down, up. You want to get easy with this. If you do it in a block chord, you're just dropping in like that. Okay. Again, this gets you loose, but gets you playing. Slowly. You gotta get used to this feel. And then when you go to separate the notes, just basically drop down kind of and feel the fingertip at the bottom of the key, and then lift up on the last one. And then lift the wrist up. You're just kind of wiping it like this, like that. You notice you hear and you feel every tip of every finger, but it's only one motion. So you work with that. Down, up, down, up. Just wiping it, like, again, something you would do if you were wiping down the table with a cloth or polishing something. You would be pushing this way, maybe moving your wrist down to get maybe, the contour of this particular thing you're wiping down, or putting furniture polish on. Down, and out, like this. So with the left hand, same thing. You just got to pretend that you're wiping something really with your wrist right there. Okay, so slow motion then, you're kind of doing a circle. If this were let's see here how we do that. Okay, this is all very weird, of course, but it works. If you're polishing, say, this, you've got a piece of furniture here and you want it to shine right there, you're going to be doing that, okay? this is the same motion that you have when you're going, but of course now your fingertips are involved. So again, I'd recommend slow first. Notice how I intuitively just kind of hang my head because I'm trying to feel very loose. Okay, so that would be the basis of the first warm-up. Now I would come back to do the next one. Wouldn't worry too much, just kind of let the wrist, but slowly first. Wait enough keys. But hear and feel each one. You might want to go back to stretching now after you've done a little bit.